It wasn't until the man saw the surveillance footage, showing how the scheming woman's son had pushed a client's child down, that he realized the scheming woman's son wasn't as innocent as he had imagined. This made him recall a few days earlier, when the scheming woman's son had also falsely accused his own son of stealing a toy, and pushed him down. At that time, the man had been quick to believe the accusations, without questioning them, and scolded his own son harshly, insisting he apologize. Despite his son's explanations, he didn't listen. To punish his son, he even left the child alone in the mall, while he took the scheming woman and her son away. Little did he know, this moment would cause him to lose his wife and son forever. The man, realizing this too late, immediately thought about his wife and son, and rushed to text his son. But when he checked his messages, he saw the last one from his son was from 3 days ago. When he sent his message, he discovered that his son had already blocked him. Instead of feeling regretful, he mistakenly thought his wife had manipulated his son to play hard to get. He then called his assistant to ask if his wife or son had visited the company in the past few days. The assistant reminded him that he had always told them not to let his wife or son in. It was then that he suddenly remembered. To make up for the wrongs he felt, he decided to buy his son his favorite car model, and personally pick him up from kindergarten. However, the man had no idea that his wife had already withdrawn his son from school, and left the city. When his son was born, the man had despised him, believing that his wife had used tricks to conceive the child. He had never once held his son, and didn't allow him to call him dad. Every day, he video chatted with the scheming woman's son, who was allowed to call him dad. It wasn't until his son was 7 years old that the man suddenly changed his attitude. He not only hugged his son but also gave him the most precious jade pendant. The little boy, thinking his father finally liked him, was heartbroken when, the very next second, his father called out the name of the scheming woman's son. His son realized that his father's happiness was because his first love was about to return to the country. His father had mistakenly thought of him as the scheming woman's son. Even so, the boy didn't harbor resentment, and still believed his father had feelings for him. But, unexpectedly, the man suddenly came to his senses, snatched the jade pendant from his son's neck, and went to his room. Heartbroken, the mother decided to leave with her son, but the boy said his birthday was coming up in a few days, and he wanted to give his father one last chance. To please his father, the little boy asked his mother to teach him how to cook, and made a whole table of dishes for his father. But the man returned home with the scheming woman and her son, and introduced his wife as just the family maid. The boy, seeing this, called the man uncle, and said he had cooked a dish for him to try. However, at a signal from the scheming woman, her son threw the dish on the floor, and claimed the food was too bad and demanded sweet and sour pork. The man, smiling indulgently, said he would have the maid prepare it immediately. The boy, understanding, began cleaning up the mess, while the scheming woman's son anxiously waited for the pork. The man, seeing this, became impatient, and shouted into the kitchen for the wife to hurry up. The boy explained that his mother was doing everything by herself, so the dish was taking longer to prepare. Soon, the mother brought the sweet and sour pork. The little boy, wanting to help, eagerly grabbed the plate, but slipped and fell, dropping everything on the floor. The mother hurried over to check on her son, but the scheming woman's son immediately scolded them. To please the scheming woman and her son, the man proposed to take them all to the mall to buy